Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Doc at Padama, and this time we are going to discuss and go through the different problems encountered in proposing a research title. But before we go on to that particular discussion, please help my YouTube channel by clicking that subscribe button and that notification bell to alert you when a new video has been uploaded. And if you have already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click the like button or the thumbs up for this particular video. So what are these problems encountered during your research title proposal? Number one is the presentation of the objective or the goal of the study. This should clearly be reflected in your research title. Usually in the tertiary and the graduate school level, they use terms as the implication, the effect, the relationship, and so on and so forth. But on a higher level, they usually go directly to the variables of the title, and then eventually the goal is reflected clearly and discussed comprehensively in the manuscript or in the study or the actual manuscript of the study. So you can either use any of the following that I presented. It's either you clearly state and reflect the goal of your study in your title, like what I mentioned earlier, by using these particular terms or words that would clearly present your title to the panel or the readers of your manuscript. If not, if you would not like to use these terms in your title or in your proposed research title, you have to reflect this in your manuscript. Okay? So there's a specific part in your research wherein you have to discuss the particular objective of your research. Okay? So this may be part of the general objective of the study, again, which is located within the manuscript of your study. So that's number one. Number two, there are too many variables, terms, or wordings used in the actual research. For every institution, for every school, there are different rules in terms of the mechanics or requirements of the number of words required for a title. So there are universities that states that it should only be 13 keywords. And in other universities, they make a policy wherein it should be at least a maximum of 18 keywords or key terms for the title. So again, for you to be able to be familiar with the number of key terms required for your title, and for you to avoid going beyond these key terms, make sure that you know and you are familiar with the required number of key terms for your respective schools or institutions. So again, this is another issue or problem encountered in proposing a research title. So if this is the case, you have to rephrase, restructure, and in worst case scenarios, you have to redirect your title because of this. Okay? And it would be time consuming if you are going to do this on your actual defense. So you have to consider this. So we are already on the second one. Too many variables, terms, wordings used in the actual title. The third one, the proposed title is obsolete. It has already passed beyond the time where it is useful. That's why it is obsolete. It cannot be used anymore. It is expired or would not be beneficial to the readers. Example is the consistent use of the terms pandemic and COVID-19 and new normal, and so on and so forth. This would be relevant during that particular time. But as time goes on, as this video moves on through time, these particular issues which I presented to you regarding problems encountered during COVID-19 or pandemic would already be obsolete because we have already found ways to fight the pandemic, and therefore we are moving to a another normal after the new normal that we have presented earlier. So these issues would already be obsolete, not unless you would find relevance of these issues to what we will be using on the next normal. This is what we call the next normal after the new normal. So would these be beneficial to the next normal? So again, the third issue would be to try and check if the study that you are proposing will still be beneficial to the readers. Because if it is already obsolete and expired because you waited so long and it took you a very long time to accomplish the study to the point that the issue that you're investigating is already they have already presented vaccines or solutions to that particular issue, then your study would be considered obsolete. Okay, the next issue. In proposing a research title, there is usually a research gap. But if there is no research gap, then it is not considered novel or it is not considered new. So it is considered something that has already been done before. Okay? Without the research gap, your study, your proposed research title may be considered as something that has already been done before. That is why it is important that you identify research gaps by reading literatures, studies, and try to identify if your proposed study has come up in your browsing of different literatures and studies. Okay? So again, make sure that there is a research gap in your proposed study so that it will be considered novel or new. If it is new, therefore, it will have benefits. Definitely, if it will have benefits to the readers or the beneficiaries of your study. The next one is issue on the access and availability of the data that you are going to use. If the source of your data would not come from respondents, if you're going to analyze data or data analysis coming from documents from schools, then there would be an issue of data privacy. And then, if you will not be allowed to access these particular data, then you will have a problem and your proposed research title will not be approved. It definitely will not be approved if you will have problems in the access and availability of the data. So again, this is something that you need to consider when proposing a research title. Okay, some of these data are in the public school. You have IPCRF for teachers, IPCRF or OPCRF for schools performance, and IPCRF for teachers performance. So you have to make sure and you have to guarantee that you would be able to access the specific parts that you need from these particular data, that and that you would be able to you will be allowed to use these sources in your study. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 6, proposed title is not aligned with the required research by the school or institution. So there are schools and institutions that require you to align your study with a particular type of research. Example, you are required to conduct an action research. And then you propose something that does not have anything to do with action research. It does not have an output. It does not have an innovation. Therefore, your proposed research title will definitely be rejected. Okay? Okay, so that's one example. And another example is there are schools that also does not allow the submission of research that is classified as qualitative. So there are different reasons why schools does not allow qualitative because of financial reasons, because it costs too much compared to other research. The duration that you need in order to finish qualitative, the other ano is you need to really focus by immersing yourself. It is something that you need to observe personally by participating in the different activities of your study. So again, this would take a lot of time, extended period of time, a lot of money, effort, and so on and so forth. But without prejudice, qualitative is a very exciting and very fruitful research. But again, the disadvantage of qualitative are the factors that I already presented. And if you do not have enough time, specifically the timetable required from you by your school to finish your research, then definitely they will discourage you from pursuing researches or studies related to qualitative. So again, you have to inquire and ask your school, is there a particular type of research required for you to propose for, so that you would be able to consider this in the formation of your research title. So basically, these are the major factors that are commonly identified when checking or proposing a research title. So these are the things that come up in the issue of the discussion and critiquing of a proposed research title. And I hope you would take into consideration these factors so that your title would definitely be approved and hopefully it will be published in journals. So again, thank you very much everyone. And on the left side of your screen, you're going to see recommended videos that can help you in other parts of your research. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Doc at Padama. And if you have already subscribed, again, please click the thumbs up for this particular video. We are almost at the 100,000 mark of subscribers, 100,000 subscribers mark in our YouTube channel. And I want to thank everyone for supporting my channel, for sticking with me during this particular period from 2018 until today. Thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe. God bless and keep learning. See you on our next video, everyone. Bye.